Hello, trading is closed on November the 11th, 2024. We'll do our disclaimer, go over our calls, make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Tuesday, which is November 12th, 2024. Please remember my calls can be completely wrong. Any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Look for the pattern today with the early high, which is this. Tomorrow should have the early low. I said there were a number of elements which could justify a drop today, but if we gapped up, I would forget about it. We gapped up, so there was no call. This is just what I said. And I said even if we didn't gap up, I'm not so certain I want to go short here. We had an optional target. These print about 95% of the time. Here's the target. We came within a few points, but that doesn't count, so I'm just going to forget this. We have new optional targets don't really have to print. That's why they're optional. We have new targets from today's trading, 59.93.52, and ultimately 59.86.68. I think they'll print at some time. I'm kind of leery of any lower target in the environment we're in now. I tend to say there's going to be support at and just under these levels, and I'm looking for places to go long, not places to go short. Well, during the day we got an ultimate sell signal telling us we're going to undercut this low at some point. Usually you don't have to wait too long, but usually and always aren't the same thing. We got a sell signal, but printed the minimum target immediately, and there is support under the targets, so it isn't a surprise that we rally, but the rally shouldn't stick, and we should retrace to this line. Gives us 59.93.52 as a target, and ultimately 59.86.68. This is the DeMark count. We have bars that we have bar number 13 of a combo and sequential and alignment here. It's a situation where you can have a big drop, but if you're going to have a big drop, you really should have a big move down within 3 days. You want to undercut the TDST line. I don't see any way that can happen. And if you don't have a big drop within 3 days, I wouldn't sit around waiting for one. A lot of times you'll work off the overextended condition by consolidating in terms of time, and of course if it fails in grand style. Well, this is my count. I mean, we call this bottom exactly when it happened. We have this as 1, we have this as 2. We completed 5 waves up. That's 3 waves down. I suppose we still could be in wave green 2 of magenta 3, but this is so impulsive. I think we're in a third wave of multiple degree, and when you're in a third wave of multiple degree, I think rewards from going short can be pretty limited, and I just look for places to go long, because if that's the right count, this green 3 tends to be longer than green 1, and magenta 3 tends to be longer than magenta 1. I mean, if that's the right count, we can go much higher. We showed over the weekend why you got a reasonable target near 7,000. And if I'm wrong, this is, just under 5,800 cash, is that right? Well, it's just under 57. Well, that's 5%. I mean, if I'm wrong, it's 5% down. 16% up, I guess. That's a good risk to reward. And of course, if I'm wrong, you don't have to wait till we take this out. But for right now, we have a strong impulsive move. I'm counting it as wave 3 of multiple degree higher. I'm just now looking for short positions here. And if we get any of these numbers, I think there'll be good support to go long. Well, tomorrow's pattern has early low regardless of where we open. Typically it's a rally day with a final hour low. If it's weak, we should see more weakness. There are targets a bit lower, and if we don't gap up smartly, the rules call for them to print. I have us in the wave 3 up a multiple degree. In such an environment, I tend not to take signals to go short, but rather use the targets to see if a long can be justified at the support they offer. You got support at and just under these numbers. I don't think we're going to go much under 59.1384, which is 100 points, little it's under 2%. I think it's a favorable time of the year. You've got a strong rally going here. I think we'll see these numbers at some point, but if we do see them, I think it's a golden opportunity to go long. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low, and that's today's call.